bright flash erupted in the deep Croaky caves, but none were there to witness it. A large frog dropped out of the light. Then the glow vanished entirely. They were still asleep. Soon, the clouds of dreaminess lifted, and they spoke. Where am I? Our Froggo, confused as a newly born seal, decided to hop out from the small circular cave they had appeared in. Before leaving, they spotted a small puddle near the exit. Curious, they leaned over and saw their reflection. In the puddle's reflection, they saw a dark green frog with no spots and large orange eyes glowing faintly in the cave light. "I don't recognize this place," they murmured. "Perhaps there's something at the end of that tunnel." Awkwardly, they hopped forward. At the end of that tunnel, the world opened up into rows and rows of stone homes with moss roofs, each one identical to one another. After a few more hops down the street, they heard croaking in the distance. The croaking grew louder, then turned into heavy, wet thumps. 3 Froggos rushed toward them. Who are these chunky green frogs? Do they mean harm? As 3 approached, the one in the middle spoke. "Welcome, dear Froggo. Welcome to Froggo Village, a village for Froggos alike. I see you're a bit confused, but don't worry, we'll explain everything." It was later explained that the Froggo in the center was Elder Crocus, a chunky Froggo with grayish skin, golden eyes, and yellow stripes running along his head and body. Beside him was Mossbit, the Elder's assistant, a Froggo with bluish skin streaked with thin red lines and sharp red eyes, excitedly croaking about how many dino nuggies they had found that morning. The third, shy and timid, simply whispered hi to the newcomer. Pebble, a lighter green Froggo with large dark spot on their head and soft blue eyes. Then Elder turned to our Froggo and asked, "What is your name, dear Froggo?" Our Froggo paused, trying to remember anything at all, but fog filled their mind. Then a simple idea surfaced. Since Froggos love to hop, and I'm a Froggo, why not name myself Hoppo? "Hoppo," they said confidently. "Excellent," replied Elder Crocus. "Let me escort you to the village. It's been a long time since we had a new Froggo here." 4 Froggos began hopping toward the village square. "Anyway," said Elder Crocus, "we're almost there. You would love it, Hoppo." "Can't wait," Hoppo said with growing anticipation. The village square opened up before them, lined up with more stone huts. But 3 buildings stood out. Elder Crocus gestured with a full body turn, since they lacked a neck. The building on the left is our village shop, run by my friend Gribble. They sell items you might need, mostly for mining, and you can buy pouches for your dino nuggies made of the finest moss. In the middle is my office, where Mossbit and I meet to discuss important matters. Last but not least, we have the Froggo Pub, a place where Froggos come to relax, share a bit of banter, and enjoy a cup of mossy ale from our bartender Froggert. At Froggert's name, Mossbit perked up. "Oh, Froggert made a fresh batch today. It should be great. Hoppo can try it too." Pebble quietly added, "Get me some as well." "Oh, someone's eager for mossy ale, I see," Mossbit teased. Inside the pub, the place was packed. Froggos filled the room with croaking and chatter, returning from the dino nuggie mines. Hoppo's eyes locked into the famous dino nuggies at last, and they turned to Elder Crocus. "Elder Crocus, what exactly are dino nuggies?" Elder Crocus beamed with delight and began explaining. "Dino nuggies are a currency in food, crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. One of the best things a Froggo can experience, aside from the Froggo community itself, of course. The catch is they are found deep in the dino nuggie caves. Dark, dangerous, but worth it. And sometimes there are trinkets too. But Gribble always snatches them first somehow." Elder then leaned a little closer to Hoppo and said, "A word of advice. Be careful down there. The deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets. Don't stray too far into the caves." Hoppo then turned, eyebrow raised. "How do edible nuggies appear in the rocks anyway? Shouldn't they grow from somewhere?" Elder Crocus sighed. "Mossbit and I discuss their origins often, but most Froggos are young, and none of them have seen the outside of the cave system. When I first appeared like you did, we lived on the surface." "The surface?" Hoppo gasped. "There's a surface?" Elder Crocus began to explain, but Mossbit cut in. "Oh please, Elder, not the story again. The great Froggo civilization and how they left you with all the younger Froggos sounds like a myth to me." Frogger chimed in, wiping a mug. "Maybe it's not a myth but a metaphor. Froggos belong underground, with community, dino nuggies, and mossy ale." Pebble added quietly, "I like the story, but the caves feel small sometimes. but it's our home. Elder Crocus's tone suddenly hardened. Pebble, don't even think about it. Something's wrong with the surface. We also stayed there, never returned. Besides, why leave? We have everything we need here. Comfort, nuggies, friends, the community. Why risk it? Hopper wanted to join the discussion but was interrupted when a tiny Froggo hopped up to them and exclaimed, "Friend." Then a few seconds later, "Nuggy, Nuggy." Hopper turned their head and acknowledged this peculiar Froggo. "Hello there, my name is Hopper. What is your name?" "My name is Nuggy." Nuggy was a tiny soft green Froggo with bright pink eyes, round cheeks, and eager little hops. When Mossbit saw Hopper talking to Nuggy, they hopped over with a warm croak. "Ah, Hopper, you met Nuggy. They don't speak much, but they adore other Froggos. If they want company, they say friend. If they want a Nuggy, well, Nuggy." Mossbit reached for a Dino Nuggy from their moss pouch and tossed it into the air. Nuggy caught it instantly. "Tasty Nuggy, friend." Then, Nuggy gently nuzzled Mossbit's arm before hopping off. Hopper raised a brow. Do they always expect a Dino Nuggy when they ask? Mossbit laughed. Most Froggos think they are adorable, so they happily give them Nuggies. And honestly, Nuggy deserves it. Soon, other Froggos noticed Hopper and gave them a few Nuggies as a welcome gift. Hopper was very touched by such a warm welcome. Meanwhile, Mossbit started handing out cups. "Mossy ale for all, 2 Nuggies a cup. Hopper, try some." They clinked cups together, warm croaks filling the room. After meeting around 40 other Froggos and enjoying the festivities, Hopper hopped over to Elder Crocus. "Elder Crocus, I gotta ask, where do I stay? All the other Froggos seem to have homes already." "What should I do about that?" "That's no trouble," Elder Crocus exclaimed. "We have many empty huts. Pebble lives on a quieter street. They can show you a vacant home." Pebble and Hopper left the now empty tavern. "Hey Hopper," Pebble asked softly. "What do you think of the Elder and the other Froggos?" Hopper frowned. "What do you mean? They seem genuine and kind." Pebble shook their head. "Nothing bad, I just think Elder Crocus is a bit too fearful of the surface, that's all." Hopper replied, "I think he's just cautious, he cares for the village." Then both Froggos arrived at Pebble's street. Pebble stretched. "I hopped more than usual today. Your hut is next to mine, the one beside the door with the lamps. Everything you need is inside. I'm going to sleep now." "Good night, Pebble," Hoppo said. "You too, Hoppo, take care." Hoppo hopped into their new home. It smelled of damp stone and moss, like a true Froggo abode. They settled into the moss mattress and drifted into a deep slumber. "Help! I'm stuck!" Hoppo jolted awake. A voice echoed faintly from below. "I must be imagining things." They tried to settle back in, but... "Help! I'm stuck!" Hoppo's eyes snapped open once more. Well, this is definitely a way to begin my day.